been kind of keeping busy with this, coaching, and you know how the football industry is here. It's tough, man. So,
It is.
but no, man, we give thanks, man. We give thanks. You know what I mean? So it's a journey.
That's it.
It's a journey, but we'll get into the pod anyway, man. But yeah, I'll just do an introduction and then
yeah, that's cool.
we'll get into the conversation.
We started rolling already. That was
no, it's rolling, but still we'll
keep that in.
We'll keep it in. Yeah, cool. You know what? There you go. Feb said it, man. Right. So without further ado, I've got Mr. Baller Talk himself, Femi. Welcome, bro. Welcome to the pod, man.
What's happening, man? You good?
All good, man. I appreciate you coming down. Do you know what? Before we start, I want to give a big props to what you guys are doing over there.
Yeah.
Production, conversations, everything that you lot are doing is top notch.
Yeah.
And the reviews that you're getting is worthy, because the content that you guys are putting out there is top tier, bro. Do you know what I mean? So before we get into it, now make sure if you haven't checked it out, I'm not going to do it at the end. I'm doing it from the beginning. If you want to pause this, make sure you go to Baller Talk on YouTube, check them out, check out the conversations. Got some dope people in there. You had likes of Ivan Tony, Iwobi, who else, bro? You've had loads. Akinfenwa, Jordan. That one I was going to touch on that Jordan Ibe one, because it's a conversation that, especially our generation or our community, we don't really touch on things like that. So we'll definitely touch on that. But yeah, people, make sure you go and check that out. Subscribe to the channel, check out Femi's stuff. Obviously, we'll leave the link in the description anyway. So I'm getting straight to it. I'm not doing it at the end. We're doing straight to it. So, bro, how you doing, man? How's things going with you?
I'm alright, you know. Yeah, life is good. I'm in a good space. Mentally, physically, you know, spiritually, it's good. I can't really complain. It's a lot, but you thank God that you're in this position, so you don't really want to complain about the workload or whatever's happening, innit? You've always wanted to be in these type of positions to actually go and achieve greatness, and I think I'm there. So I'm not going to complain about it. I'm just going to keep cracking on, you know.
100%. And I think obviously, well, with the world being in the situation that they're in, especially, you know, the pandemic, it gave me a different perspective as well in terms of life and understanding what's actually, you know, valuable to me. What was that like for you that time? Because I think I was speaking to my boy the other day and I was like, do you know what? We was actually in a pandemic, you know, like actually take that in, like the whole world shut down. Like this was a movie. This was an actual movie. Do you know what I mean? Definitely. So it's like things have opened back up and everyone's gone back to either their normal routine or they've started something new or, you know, they've got a different perspective. So everyone's going through their own journey. But I was actually sitting there. I was like, wow, like the world was completely... Doesn't matter what you've got in your life. Doesn't matter how much money you've got. Doesn't matter all these things. Like,
it's true.
People were dying, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, like, what would you say you learned during that time, and did it change you or anything like that?
It definitely changed me. I feel like I'm weird, innit? So when
which is a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah, you can say so. You can say so. When we were actually going through the pandemic, I didn't really deep. I knew what was going on, but I didn't really sit down and think, "Wow, this is mad." I just kept cracking on, you know, and I know a lot of people were dying, catching COVID and whatnot, and that was sad, because there's people I know that lost their lives. Because of COVID, so it was sad. But if I'm being honest, my actual self, I didn't really sit down and think, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Because it was a time where I spent with family. So even though nothing was happening, you couldn't do nothing. Like my family, we all started living together again and all this type of stuff. So I'm waking up, I'm seeing my nephews running around. My niece, I'm seeing my sisters. I don't usually see them, so it was good to spend a lot of time with them. So I think that helped me. Take my mind off what's really happening in the world, because I'm around family.
Good energy, family. Yeah.
But yeah, like I just feel like a lot of people just come out the other side and just thinking, all right, cool. I need to get a plan together. I need to get my ish together. Like, you know what I mean? Can you swear on her?
Do your thing, bro.
I need to get my shit together. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I feel like that's what it happened. Like even this platform that you've built, it came out of the pandemic. So like I'm never a guy that looks at glass half empty. I'm always one that looks at it half full. And it's unfortunate that we did lose a lot of people to COVID, but a lot of great things have come out the other side of it.
100%, man.
Look at it.
Talking about your outlook that you're saying, bro. Do you feel like your environment? So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Aylesbury Estate.
Aylesbury Estate,
Peckham, yeah.
So Peckham, a notorious area. Like, let's not sugarcoat it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, a lot of events that happen in those sort of areas, you become numb to it. You become immune to it, and you're just like, this is normal. But when you step out your comfort zone, you step out in a different environment, and you explain to people, this is what you see on a daily basis.
Yeah,
that's traumatic, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that we go through and we brush it under the carpet, and you're just like, that happens on a normal. Like, but it's not normal.
It's not normal.
Do you know what I'm saying? So going back to that mindset that you're talking about, do you feel like your environment has molded you to have that outlook on life where, you know what, I've seen worse. Like, I've seen situations where it's been on top. Do you know what I mean? Like, so the situation that I'm going through at the moment, that's nothing. Do you know what I mean? Even in a pandemic, you're still seeing the positives out of it. So would you say that environment that you grew up in molded you to have that sort of mindset?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Like I said, with the pandemic, it's only now when I look back at it and I think, wow, that was crazy.
Trust me.
Like, you know what I mean? When I'm going through it, it was normal. And yeah, like I do think where I grew up had a massive part to play in it. You're seeing things every day, innit? You're seeing things happen to people, people getting stabbed, people getting shot, and it gets to a point where you're just numb to the news, like you know what I mean? Because it's every other day, and you just become numb to the news, and we normalize that, But it's only when you get older, you actually like now when I hear things happening or whatnot,
you start unpacking it. You're like,
I'm like,
bro,
that's crazy. Is that what I was around when I was young? Like, is that what I was hearing every day? And now it hits me like, rah, I can't believe this happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, like 100%. That played a massive part.
Bro, like this is the thing, because people will look at that environment and be like, you don't get the most brightest of people. Bro, the most creative, the most smartest people have come. Like I remember in my school, we had some students that were doing A-levels at like year 11 and what. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's so much creativity. I think the lack of opportunities, I think things have changed slowly. There is a lot more opportunities, like growing up now, my missus' little brother and whatnot, and I hear the opportunities that's in place. I'm like, that's good, I wish, do you know what I mean? I wish that was in place for us. Like things like apprenticeships at like Ferrari and
that's dope.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm thinking, I didn't know about, there might have been in place, but no one presented it to me. Do you know what I mean? To say, you know what, if you like cars and whatnot, like Ferrari or BMW or Mercedes, they do apprenticeships for you to go in and learn mechanics and 100%. Things like that. Back in the day, it was more so if you're not a footballer or you're not even music as such, really, because it's either music was grime and rap, so that weren't really up there. It was just either if you're not an athlete or academically, then it's looking a bit peak for you. Do you know what I mean? So it's things have definitely changed.
Definitely have.
And there's obviously still things going on in terms of like youths. Like sometimes when I look at them, I'm like, I'm actually thinking, do you not value your life?
No, it's true.
Do you know what I mean?
It's true, 100%, man. I feel like we have come a long way, and what you said about a lot of creative people are from these estates, council estates and whatnot. I agree, because you look at what these people are becoming now. They're coming from all different sorts of backgrounds that you can't even fathom. You know what I mean? That's in music, in football, in everything, in media, in everything. You know what I mean? I've got a pal that's a senior buyer at Marks and Spencer's, and he grew up in the same estate as me. You know what I'm saying? So we are smart. We're not dumb. It's just life has a funny way of doing things, and your environment. It's like if you see badness every day, you're gonna dibble and dabble in badness. It doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
No.
Some people make mistakes that they can't turn back from. You know what I mean? That's a detriment. Prison, jail, death, like, you know what I'm saying? But and don't get twisted. There's some people that's just pure evil. Like
yeah. That's everywhere you go, though, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's everywhere you go. I'm
not saying there's man out there that's
100%.
not pure. There's
100%.
man out there that's pure evil. But like you speak to well around, like, growing up in your ends every day. It's like, these people are actually we're good guys. We're good guys. And I can honestly say that, like, with my chest, because I'm a good guy. It doesn't, because I grew up in my estate, it doesn't mean that I was a bad guy. I don't think people should paint that brush with you.
No, 100%, bro.
Because of the way you grew up, you know what I mean?
No. But also, like, again, that environment, it's an environment where you have to kind of defend for yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? So if you are a person that, you know, is seen as someone that people can walk all over, you're going to have a hard time. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes 100%. You're going to have to come out your bro, there's been times, I'll be open about it, yeah? There's been times I've been scared, yeah, to defend myself, but I've had to. Otherwise, it's going to be long. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm having to compromise my character for my survival, if you want to put it in that way. Do you know what I'm saying? So am I a bad guy for doing that? In my opinion, I'm not a bad guy, but like, during those times, I've had to put on a persona. I've had to put on an image to protect myself. Do you know what I'm saying?
100%.
Because I've been in situations where things have happened to me and it's not a nice situation. 100%. I don't feel good. 100%. Do you know what I mean? So, and then I don't know what they're going through. I don't know what's going on at home with them. Yeah. But then it's crazy. The domino effect is crazy when you actually deep it. But again, 100%. Platforms like yourself, like platforms that I'm building as well. Yeah. These are the things that I want the youth, and not even just the youth, anyone that might be going through anything, to kind of just digest it in whatever way that they make sense for them. Do you know what I mean? So, 100%. But baller talk, I like that. There's a smile. There's a good energy. Once I just said that. Yeah. Talk to me about the start of it. Where did it all come from? What was the conversation like between you, James, and Mehdi?
Where did it start from? It started from pandemic, or maybe pre-pandemic. Okay. But around that time, I always thought I was gonna be the guy in the background. Yeah. You know, so I've never thought I'll be not really. I don't really like the camera, if I'm being honest with you. I'm awkward when we do photo shoots and that. Mehdi and James are always laughing at me because I don't know how to pose for a picture, all of that. And so James has always wanted to do something like this. Mm-hmm. He's always wanted to do something like this, and I was like, all right, cool. I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you with it. And then I was like, I think it's good you do it with Mehdi. Mm-hmm. So it was originally meant to be James and Mehdi doing it. And then
2 characters.
Yeah, 2 characters. And it wasn't even gonna be in like the format that it is now. It was gonna be in a different format. But then obviously the pandemic happened and you reflect and you realize what you want to do. And I just had more clarity in terms of what I want to do, you know. And I thought, and then James asked me again, and I thought, you know what, with what I want to do, my voice is bigger on the platform. You know what I mean? I can send a message. The outreach will be to more people. So second time round of asking, thank God you asked me the second time. I was like, yeah, let's go with it. Let's go with it. And then so we came up with the name Baller Talk. Because, look, man, obviously we're footballers, but at the end of the day, it's not just about footballers. It's about everyone in it. So you're a baller in it. It's like kind of, if you know what I mean. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah. Like you can do anything, and anything you do, you can be a baller kind of thing. So we came up with that and Baller Talk, and then like from then on we just cracked on with it, and we're here now, man.
Yeah, no, that's a good look, man. Like I said, I like what you guys are doing. What you said was like that you don't feel like you're a natural.
Yeah.
I feel like you come across very natural, bro, where it's like, it's very laid back, it's very observant.
Yeah.
So when someone's talking, you're listening. It's not. I think you all add in your own personalities, and I think it works well. But media, is that something that you're looking into going forward? Because football's a short career.
Yeah, like I said, like you say I'm a natural, but I could the way Baller Talk set up, I could only do it that way, if that makes sense. I couldn't do it any other way, because where it came from such a organic place and a natural place where we were like looking around and we were like, nah, like why when footballers go on these
platforms
or these platforms or whatever, why are they talking mad? Like that's not the real you. When I speak to you on the phone,
you don't talk like that to me.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like
media trained.
So we were like, nah, let's just create a space where players can just can be themselves. We want to create that relaxed space, and it's okay to be yourself. Like, you know what I mean? And that coincides with also giving back to the younger generation. I say it all the time. So look, I fell short in it. Like I could have been in the Prem, but I'm not. And there's reasons why I'm not looking back. And it's just to make sure that the next generation coming through hear the reasons, my mess ups, you know what I mean, and make sure that, okay, Femi made this mistake, I'm not gonna make that mistake. Like I've heard it on Baller Talk or wherever. And all right, if I avoid that, maybe it'll get me to this level. Or if I do this at the same time, if I do this, maybe it'll get me to this level as well. So it was just a combination of those two things, like a space where people can be themselves and also educate the youth, and also entertainment as well. But it couldn't have been any other way, because it just wouldn't have worked for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it just wouldn't have worked for me.
I hear you. I'm bouncing around a little bit here. Just the trailer of thought that I've got right now in terms of football. I'm going to go back to Baller Talk. In terms of football, now we spoke a little bit earlier on, whether that made the cut or not, we'll decide. But my outlook on life, I don't like to have any regrets. So in terms of me going back into football, that's something that, looking back at it now, I'd say, you know what, I gave 110%. I didn't make it to the highest heights where I believed that I should have been, or I wanted to be in, but I can truly say I gave him my all. Do you know what I mean? Just wasn't good enough. Wasn't, you know, I messed up a couple of years, etc. Whatever the reasons are. Where you at now in terms of football and not reaching those levels that you're saying? Like, do you have any, not regrets? Do you have any? Just where you at in football? What's your outlook on football now that you haven't reached that level? You never know. Someone might pop up tomorrow, you know, and the Prem say, you know what, we want Femi, we want the centre back to come in. But where you at?
For me, where am I at? And I need to be careful to make sure what I'm saying. I'm focused on me being the best version of myself now. When you focus on being the best version of yourself, obviously football is a big part of my life. So I've got to become the best player I can become. So that is my focus. You know, I want to become the best player I can become. I want to play football and know that I fulfilled my potential. Whatever happens regarding clubs and all of that, whoever I play for, that's cool. As long as I leave the game knowing you maximize your potential, you were the best version of yourself. And I feel like that's where the focus should be at. You know what I mean? You can't control what this manager thinks of you or another manager thinks of you. You can only control you. So if I had this mentality at a younger age, I would have 100% been further, because now I'm so focused. I've got mad routines. I've got structure. I work on my game in depth. Like, do you know what I mean? But that's just a byproduct of me becoming the best version of myself. And even that, it's just like being the best version of yourself is you being a good sibling, a good son, a good friend, a good, do you know what I mean? All of those things. And that's where my focus is at. So yeah, football's a big part of my life, and I just focused on me being the best player. Regardless of anything else that happens, I'm cool as long as I know that I've became that, and I can sleep at night knowing that I gave it my all in becoming that, you know.
Deep. I like that. Yeah. What one question that in terms of development as a person, again, growing up when you're younger, you see things very short term.
100%.
You want it fast, especially in the day and age that we're in right now. Things happen very, very quick. People, especially young people as well. Do you know what? I say people in general, man. They're seeing things happen real quick, and they want things instantly. Where does that hunger come from in terms of you wanting to become the best version of yourself? Like where do you find the inspiration? Where do you find that inner self-development that, you know what, I want to be the best brother that I can be, or whatever, son, do you know what I mean? Like where does that hunger come from?
I've always had passion, and I've always been highly motivated. In terms of focus and direction, it's been a bit all over the place, you know, but whatever I've done, I've given it my all. Like, I was speaking to someone yesterday, my mate's dad, and I was telling him how I became a footballer is not your usual story. Like, I can't say, you know, like these footballers, they'll be like, yeah, this coach was a massive part of my journey. Or like, I can't say that. I just played football, and I wrote to clubs myself. Me and Larry. Like, I attended Charles. I didn't get no mad training from young. I just started kicking ball, literally. I didn't get none of that. So I've always and I've always thought, right, if you can play football like on your ones, like literally, like with no help or whatever, and you became a footballer, played League One or whatnot, then like what else can I become? And this and that, the thought of that excites me. You know, it's like, what else can you become? And then you also look around, and I've got peers that are doing groundbreaking things, you know what I mean? And it's like, that inspires you as well. You know what I mean? So I think with me always being highly motivated and hungry, I feel like now I've added the focus and direction to it. It comes with age as well, you know, and it comes with clarity. You know what I mean? It comes with a lot of self-reflection and knowing what you're born to do, so now I've added that. It's just exciting to see what's gonna happen. Like, I'm literally excited, you know what I mean? So I think that's where it comes from.
100%, man. Do you know what it is? You know, like, again, going back to the younger days, you're just so fast and doing everything, and there's no clarity. You're just like, I want it now. I want this. I want that. I think you're right. It comes with age.
It does.
It comes with experience. You know, that's not what I want to do. 100%. I'm not going to go and do that because that's not my purpose. That's not my vision. I've got 100%. Clarity of this is the direction I want to go. So if that's not in line with what I want to do, then I'm not going to waste my time doing that. Do you know what I mean? 100%. So I think that does come with time. So anyone that's going through anything, and I think, you know what it is? Sometimes for me, it's not really about the age. I think sometimes about experience. Because there's some 20-year-olds that if you have a conversation with, and you're like, you're very, very mature. You're very, like, you know what you want. You know 100%. The direction that you want to go. So I think that comes down to your upbringing as well, to a degree.
Most definitely.
Like, in terms of teachings and understanding emotions, understanding life a little bit more.
Oh, you're right.
I feel like our parents, speaking about myself, my parents came here, we came in as refugees, so they're trying to make ends meet. They don't speak a word of English. Do you know what I'm saying? They're doing 15-hour, 20-hour shifts, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So they're coming back home shattered.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't have that time to engage with you and go through like, how was school today? What did you learn? What was,
It's true.
you know what I mean? So it's like you're having to deal with things by yourself now, especially myself. I didn't have no older siblings. I didn't have family here. It was just me, my mum, my little brother, and my dad.
Yeah.
So it was like they're trying to find or to get feedback or just some sort of help that wasn't really around, you know what I mean? So and at the same time I'm having to learn the language, and so there's a lot of things cooking up, do you know what I mean? And then if you don't deal with it, this is what I wanted to touch on afterwards. If you don't deal with these things, these emotions and certain life experiences, you just start boiling up, and it's that big explosion, do you know what I mean?
It is
so you had the conversation with Jordan Ibe about depression, and he was open enough to talk about what he's been through. Football is, I would say, is probably, looking back at it now, the journey that I've been through, I would say there was elements of depression, like going from club to club, having managers not tell you why you're not starting, leaving you out in the cold. Going through that journey, when you actually deep it, like you're saying, if I've gone through all of that, whatever adversity that I'm going through at the moment, I can handle it because I've gone through that. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but again, it's about understanding why you went through that, or what was the reasons behind it. How did you deal with it at that time?
100%.
Now, Jordan and I, going back to that conversation, and again, bigging you lot for giving a platform and making him feel comfortable to open up, because there's a bag of players that's gone through that sort of situation. What's your experience like in terms of mental health in general, like not just from football? What's your outlook on mental health, and has it changed over time?
Yeah, it definitely has. Like I said, when I'm going through things, I don't know I'm going through.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just keep cracking on.
Yeah.
It's only when I look back and I think, oh, you was in a mad space that time. And I don't want to be disrespectful to mental health or depression or whatever, because I don't think I've actually been through it like that. But I do understand why people do go through it, because obviously my world is football. So in football, like you said, there's so many knockbacks, yeah. Like there's so many. I don't even know where to start. Like from going on trial, from getting a deal, from getting released,
injuries,
manager not playing you. There's so many ways, your mental health can get.
Uncertainty.
Do you know what I mean? Uncertainty. So there's so many ways, and it's gonna take its toll. A combination of all of those things, you know what I mean? It's gonna take its toll, and because it's your life, it's actually your life. It's, you know what I mean? A lot of football becomes their life, and when it becomes that, it's like when things ain't going great, it's going to put you in a dark space, and that's just even me talking football. Imagine stuff in life, like with Jordan Ibe, it wasn't only that football; he was also going through life. Yeah. So a combination of those two things is going to put you in a dark space, like you know what I mean, regardless of how much you're earning. So I feel like big up Jordan for coming on and blessing us with that episode.
Big up Jordan, man.
Because I feel like it's done so much for people, and the feedback, the messages we got off of that episode was like, you've helped me. Like we've just basically let people know that it's okay to not be okay. Like you know what I mean? Like, people are there for you. Everyone goes through things. And that's what I was saying off camera. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Everyone goes through things. Yeah. Like you can't be ashamed of what you're going through. So one time for Jordan Ibe for that one.
No, 100%, man. I big him up, man. Big him up. And again, big up for you guys giving a platform as well. So and it's opening up the space. What would you say is your favorite episode that you've done so far?
That's a tough question. Favorite. Do you know what? I got a few.
Yeah.
The Jordan Ibe one was good. I really like that one because I like there's three. So Jordan Ibe one was good because he gave us something that the world never thought they were gonna have. Do you know what I mean? And what it done for so many people, it touched so many people in a way I couldn't even fathom, and that comes down to us being uniquely qualified, like, because I feel like the conversation hit different because we've played the game. So, for example, me and you are talking now. You're talking from the inside looking out, not from the outside looking in.
Yeah.
And I feel like us at Baller Talk, we use the word uniquely qualified. Like we've played the game, regardless of the level.
Yeah.
We know what you're going through because we've lived it.
Yeah.
You know, so that was a good one. Joby McAnuff.
Yeah.
I think that was I enjoyed that one because Joby's my guy. Joby's my guy. I love him to bits. But you go on Sky Sports in the evening to watch Football League and you'll see Joby McAnuff in. And it sounds mad ignorant, but I'm not being ignorant with the comment. Like, you see Joby McAnuff in like a suit or a jumper and shirt, and then he's come to Baller Talk with like crepes on and
casual.
And it's like, this is Joby McAnuff and he's chatting. And it's just like, this is the space this is the space we're creating. This is the space, like, and then Joby McAnuff is talking on Broadwater Farm and he's like, bruv, and all of that. And it's like, like, this is what we want. This is what we want. Like, you know what I mean?
You're actually seeing it, like that idea come to life now.
That was for me. That was so dope because it's just like, like, but the PFA episode that just came out.
I watched that one as well. That was a good one.
So that one for me, it was like, I would say it's probably my favorite. Yeah, because I just feel like it's a milestone. Like, we didn't even think that we'll be doing something with the PFA soon. And they reached out to us. Okay. That's what's crazy. Okay. And listen, whatever their motive is, whether they're trying to bring awareness to PFA or whatever, and they're using Baller Talk, that's cool. I'm not interested. Like, do you know what I'm saying? The fact that, we've bowled into
PFA headquarters. We're here.
There's one track. It's funny. There's one track that Jay-Z. There's one verse that Jay-Z got on "Don't Kill My Vibe" with Kendrick Lamar, and he's like, in the White House. He's basically talking about running through the White House, like it's his, innit? Like, do you get me? So when I fold up to the PFA, like, I'm just, that track just running through my head. Like,
this is ours right now. Like we've earned to be here. Because you got reached out to us. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. So it was crazy, and when I even went there, I even saw the guy. I done my B license. I even saw like my tutor there. And he's like, "Oh, Fem, what you doing there?" Like,
he's just thinking, "What the hell are you doing there, bro?"
He's like, "What are you doing there, Fem?" Like, and I'm like, man, I'm here.
Like, I'm here. I've arrived. Like,
So that was a moment for me. Like, and PFA is like the governing body of football. So for us to do something with them, like, it was a moment for me, and like, so soon as well. Like, I'm proper grateful. So even like, big up the PFA for the shout out, and man, that's probably my favorite episode because of what it represents, and like, also like, man, it's okay, like, to be like, I'm being myself, innit? Do you know what I mean? I'm not putting on a mask. I'm not, and that's where it got me. So it's okay to be yourself. You haven't got to like try and sound mad politically correct or mad savvy. Like, me being myself got me into that room, like, and it was just a combination of all of that, and it was just like,
when you sit down, you observe it, like, we're here, like, do you know what I mean? These headquarters might have felt like when you was younger, like, that's like going to, like, I don't know, like some mad corporate company that you can never see yourself going through. So to go there in a different capacity where they've reached out to you, again, it's a testament to what you guys are doing.
That's it.
I don't feel like it's an agenda for them to promote their stuff in a way, like, I can explain it. I think it's more so they're trying to clean up their image of the PFA. Like, I know a lot of players that, like you lot was touching, haven't got a clue what the PFA do.
They don't.
Like, when there's been training and someone's coming in, like, I'm gone before they've come in, because what are they going to talk to me about? Do you know what I mean? They're talking about pension and things like that. I'm just thinking about right now. Do you know what I mean? So the help that they do, and big up to Gifton or Williams as well. Like, I was chatting to him as well. Gifton's a top guy, and we was talking about that as well. And he's a strong advocate of the good work that the PFA do. But it's about understanding and doing the research as well at times yourself, you know, because a lot of footballers in general, they're used to things just happening for them.
Yeah, 100%.
Spoon fed.
100%.
Like, this is what's going on. You got to be here at this time. So they're used to that routine. They're not used to things like, even things down to like cooking. Yeah. You go to the training ground. There's food there. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
You're right.
Like, everything's done for you. So when it comes down to doing research and finding out what help you can get, they're unaware of it because they're just used to everything being done for them.
Sure. So that's true. And even like, if I'm being honest with you, like, even when I was chatting to Mike, top brother, Mike, like, big up Mike, and big up Gifton as well. They're my guys. I was on the phone to Gifton the other day. Okay. But even when I was on the, chatting to it made me realize, like PFA, they're trying to help in a way. Like, do you know what I mean? They're trying to help, and I didn't know they were actually trying to help the way they were until I sat down with them.
The actual level of depth that they're trying.
Because I've just gone in on some. I'm gonna speak for the people. And so by the questions I'm asking, it's just like. Yeah, like
you opened up afterwards. You was a bit like, at first you was a bit like, nah, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
but then
and then I just hit them with nah. What was that about? Like, why did you do this? Like, or nah, how come you're not like? I came on that kind because it's like I just thought, nah, I need to like the people. I ask questions that people want to know, innit? Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? But they are trying. Could they do things a bit more? Yeah, they can, but.
100%. There's always room for improvement. Bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I feel like, again, those bodies, the higher you go, the less representation there is of our community, of the culture, whatever you want to call it. And I feel like when that changes, which you see one or two people in there, it's not enough. I think once that changes, we'll see a bigger impact happening. 100%. A lot more players understand, a lot more players being open to seeking help, maybe. 100%. You know, because if I'm not having a conversation with my dad or my uncle or my coach or my friend that, you know what, there's people out here that can help you, then how am I going to know? 100%. Do you know what I mean?
100%. It comes down to relatability, and this is what I say, like, an 18-year-old Femi is never going to listen to somebody that wants to help me that's wearing a suit. Like, for me, that's like, not to say that suit is like, do you know what I mean? But
no, but it has the connotation of authority in it.
Yeah, exactly.
And we ain't had the best experience of authority.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? So I get you.
I'm not gonna, and someone that's just talking mad, like just mad languages that I can't even understand, and I can see it's just a job for you. Like I can see I'm never going to take it in. Like, if I'm being honest with you, you know, there has to be some sort of some level of relatability, you know what I mean? And if I see that whilst I'm talking to you, that's when you'll get my ear. And I feel like a lot of these youths that's out there, they want that level of relatability, like a 60-year-old man that's has no idea where Peckham is. Or where, like, how is he going to get through to someone? How?
You don't know the conversation you don't know the language that I talk.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're not even going to understand when he says certain things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So from the get-go, we can't conversate.
Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, relatability is too important, and right now there's even a lot of guys that are doing the mentoring thing and stuff like that. And I'll just say, like, just make sure you're able to relate to these guys, man, and let them know that look, man, you're human.
Mm-hmm.
You're human first and foremost, and it's okay to get angry. It's okay to how do you what's the next
Mm-hmm.
after you get angry? What do you do after that? Like, but don't paint the picture that life is perfect and because it's not.
Yeah.
It's actually not, you know what I mean? So don't try and make it seem like life is perfect. Feel what you're feeling and deal with it after.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that's what the youths need. Someone that can relate to them on that level.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
100%, bro.
Yeah.
No, you hit the nail on the head there, man.
Yeah.
I hear you talking a lot about your aspirations. It's about inspiring others.
Yeah.
Making a change.
Yeah.
Going forward, do you see yourself in a leadership role? Do you see yourself once it's all said and done and the boots have hung up?
Most definitely. I feel like God, this is God, innit? This is not even just me. Like, I feel like everything I've done in my life, God has just put me in a position to lead, you know, and what he's done for man is, regardless of anyone that says anything, like, wherever I go, like, I've always just been in that position.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not that I've forced or I've wanted it. You know what I mean? I'm not even the captain of my football team.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, yeah, people know, like, Fem's the like a leader.
Yeah.
One of the leaders in the changing room. But
people respect your point of view and look up to you. Yeah.
It's nothing to scream from the rooftops.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing to. Do you get what I'm saying? It's just what God assigned for me. So I don't even like seeing it as, I'm a leader, like, because to be a leader you have to be a servant. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to lead, but they don't want to serve. Mm-hmm. Does that make
sense? Yeah. Sorry to cut you off, but in terms of, like, again, leadership, some people will have those attributes, but will shy away from it.
Yeah,
they don't want the responsibility.
Exactly.
Do you feel any pressure to have those responsibilities to be a leader? Because, like you're saying, for instance, you might not have the captain's armband, but 9 times out of 10, the captain doesn't always wear their armband. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In the dressing room, everyone knows who's the leader and whatnot. But sometimes the manager or whatever, for him to manage in a certain way, maybe that player thrives better to have that.
Most definitely.
Rather than someone like yourself, like you don't need that acknowledgement to be a captain. No. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So do you feel a sense of pressure to kind of step up to the plate at times?
Yeah, in everything. Everything. I'm not gonna lie to you, like a lot of people, they want this, innit? But the responsibility, it's not for everyone.
100%.
You know what I mean? And it's not, people think and say, that looks so cool. Like Femi baller talk or Femi like boom. Like it's not easy, you know, like mentally it takes its toll on you. Like you have your dark days. You don't even have a life per se, you know what I mean? Because everything comes down to you, like everything's on you. So
people are relying on you, whether it's close people around you, whether it's your football team, whether it's your family, whether it's people externally that you've created an audience now that have an expectation of you guys delivering every week or whatever a top-notch episode. And I want to hear what Femi's got to say, and I want to make sure he's talking the right stuff. So there might be episodes where, you know what, today I just woke up with the wrong side of the bed and I don't feel like recording, but I've got the responsibility of doing it and I've got to turn up and show up. So there might be times where I might feel like that wasn't the best version of myself, but I still turn up.
Exactly.
Then people are like, oh, Femi, you didn't do this, you didn't do that.
Exactly.
So I get what you're saying,
You know
bro.
what I mean? Like, and a lot of people just see it, but people just see it and think that's so cool. I want to.
Yeah.
When they don't know, I was chatting to my brother the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, they don't know that I'm actually doing this, holding the ceiling up. I'm not in there partying, like I'm holding the ceiling up for the party to occur." And people don't see it like that. They just see it as, yeah, you're like, yeah, man. It's just not for everyone. But like I said, like my thing is just God in it.
Yeah.
This is what God wanted. I'm not gonna run away from what God has assigned for me. So I'm just gonna run with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Powerful, man. Powerful. Where do you see the vision of Baller Talk going?
So with Baller Talk, we're trying to create a universe. So we wanna have, look, we all know there's massive platforms in football, like the Sky Sports, the PFA is a massive, the governing body of football. But we want to create our universe where it's like, all right, cool. Our voice is just as important as your Sky Sports, as your BBCs. Our voice is just because we're the people in it.
100%. You're on the ground.
We're on the ground, so our voice has got to be just as important. They got to hear us as well, you know.
If not the important one.
Exactly.
I'm on the ground. I hear everything. I'm part of it. How about that?
I'm here. I'm there. I'm in the field.
Yeah.
So it's like, like we're trying to create a universe and a platform where our voice is heard as much as the Sky Sports. So it's just gonna, obviously, you've seen glimpses of what we can do. For example, like of what we're going into. For example, like the Behind the Ballers or the training with the Ballers, and there's gonna be way more different types of content pieces and way more. We've got an event coming up. You know what I mean? We're just trying to create a universe for football where it's like it hasn't. It's for us, innit? It's for us, like, and it hasn't got to be. You ain't got to be media savvy. Or just come and just have fun and just have a chat, or let's go here and let's do a little comp, or like just little different. Trying to create a universe in it. Or do an event where you can just come and have fun at the event, or I don't know, like, you know what I mean, Baller Talk, where we can even, the final stage can even be like, I don't know, an awards night where this award means just as much
as a Player of the Year, PFA sort of thing.
Because it's from the people. You know what I mean? It's the people that vote. It's the most important people.
Love that.
You know what I mean? Like, we were trying to create a universe like that, and the people need to be heard. It's not even about me. Like, this is what I'm saying. Even back to the leadership thing, when you lead, it's not even about you. So it's not even about me. It's just about the people need this. You know what I mean? People want to be heard. I got young youths in my DMs, and their opinion, they're telling me their opinion. It needs to be heard, bro. Like, it needs to be. You get me? So we're just trying to create that space, man. Trying to create that space where that happens. You know what I mean?
Powerful. But I'm sure you'll get to that space.
Yeah.
The work that you guys are doing, again, I'm a huge fan of it. So I reached out to yourself and big up yourself as well for returning back as well the message and just saying, like, I'm down for it.
No,
do you know what I mean? So
look, man, what you got going on is good, and I can tell that, like, it's coming from a real place, in it, and even the conversation we had, it was just a real conversation, and anything that is that, I'm always for, in it. I don't know, man. I'm not really for all this, like,
the glitz and glamour portraying.
I'm a real guy, so anything that's real, anything that's proper, I'm gonna mess with it heavy. Like, so that's why when you reached out,
no, I appreciate it, bro, man.
Responded, like, you got something proper going on, and then I've seen the people you've had on the platform, and you know what I mean. It's proper.
Appreciate, man.
So just continue doing what you're doing as well, bro.
100%, man. You know the journey, the marathon continues.
That's it.
Like the longevity. It's about, for me, it's about the long game, man.
Yeah.
Like we just spoke about, when you're younger, you want everything quick, but growing up, I've understood that something worthwhile takes time, man.
It does.
Like, you're gonna get knockbacks. Like for instance, we had a nice space before. We've had to last minute change spaces, and they've put us in the next building, like a temporary building. And at first I was like, why? Like just picking up momentum. Do you know what I mean? This is the time where God will test you the most. Do you know what I mean?
True.
See where you're at. Do you know what I mean? Do you really want to do this?
Do you really want to do
you know what I'm saying? Do you really? And there was moments where I was like, not gonna lie to you, some of this, bro, was packed up in a corner. And I was like, I can't be washed, you know? But I was like, that's not your character, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's not your character. Came here, got the paintbrush out, bro. Started painting that, just, you know what I mean, that wall.
So you painted it, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Like, you know, put up these things, like, and again, no one's taught man how to soundproof or lighting or not, like YouTube University, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
One time for
YouTube University. So, and again, that's just the characteristics of growing up in a neighborhood that we come from, where the door's not open for you. So what do? You gotta go and create yourself.
That's it.
Do you know what I mean? So
this
is not the final destination for sure. But again, a lot of people look at it and be like, oh well, he hasn't got 20k subscribers or he hasn't got this following and whatnot. So they won't reach out or they won't get back to you. Like there's been many people that I reach out to, and there's been some people that have reached, like, come back, like,
hey, likewise, you know, it gets like that, you know.
100%.
Bro,
but I know when the time is right, then I'm like, oh man, I should have. You know what I mean? Or you know what? What are you saying? Do you want to?
100%.
Which is for me, it's not personal, innit? I get it as well. Some people got a vision and whatever, so it's not a problem, man. So those guys that ain't got back to me or whatever, and down the line, if you wanna come on, bro. Do you know what I mean? So, but the price has changed. Today's price is not tomorrow's price. You know what I'm saying?
Yesterday's price is not today's price.
I fucked it up. I messed up this whole thing, but
it's true.
Yeah, man. So again, bro, I appreciate you coming down. You know what? Before we wrap it up, I want to do a quick fire round. Yeah,
that's cool.
So obviously you play for Boreham Wood. We'll start off with, who's the best player that you've played with? I know there's some heavy hitters that you've been with.
Oh, that's a mad question. Dwight Gill.
Yeah.
Dwight Gill.
Where was you with him?
I was at Dagenham.
Okay. Yeah.
He's up there. There's a few. He's up off the top of my head, I can't think right now.
Dwight Gill. Yeah. No, it's serious. He's had a good career, mate.
Yeah.
He's had a good career.
Yeah.
When you look,
no, tell a lie. I went Nigeria. Who did I play with at Nigeria? That was crazy. I think Ndidi was cold.
And you play with Ndidi, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was cold. Victor Moses. No, there's a few.
Moses, serious players on the youth teams back in the days. He was.
But
Dwight. When you look at players like that, say for instance when you're in a like national league and whatnot, and you're playing, say for instance with Dwight Gill and whatnot. We've heard stories of players that have come from that environment and playing in the Prem. Do you see those type of players that think like, you know what? Yeah, I can see you going Prem. Like, you do, yeah?
Yeah. Football's a very fine line. So there's players like Dwight Gill that you can see that he's gonna go to the Prem
quality, yeah.
And then there's players like Dwight Gill that don't get to the Prem. That's how it goes. You know what I mean? So there's people at the National League level, players at National League level. That I got a teammate called Frankie Raymond right now, and the things this guy does in training is like just don't make sense.
It's a joke. Yeah.
But he's in the National League.
Yeah.
You know
what do you think that is though? Do you think that's obviously I believe it's a combination of things, but what's your view on that? Like, why do you think there's that thin line of you have a National League or you could go all the way to the Prem?
It's a mixture of opportunity, hard work, luck, manager backing you, you know, all of those things. And then if that all happens, then you'll go to the Prem. You know what I mean? But it doesn't happen to everyone. It happens to people that get there. 100% they deserve to get there. No doubt about that. You've come from flipping the trenches, like in football, like you know what I mean. But there's some players that will give it everything they got, and I'm a testament to that. And that doesn't get there. Like, I'm not gonna cry about it.
Conversion rate is not what you're putting in.
Yeah, at least I know I've given it everything. So what more can I do? I can't control or put a gun to this manager's head and tell him to sign me. Like honestly, so I can't lose sleep over that. Can't lose sleep over it.
Yeah, I hear you.
You know what I mean? But it's a very, very fine line. Very fine line, because a lot of these players that's playing in the Prem, played against, you know, and they'll I'm sure they will tell you that Femi's decent player, blah blah blah. But I'm not where they are. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I say it's a very fine line. Margin's fine.
100%. You got to be mentally strong for that as well, man. To actually 100%. Accept that as well. If you
100%.
Don't get to that level,
100%.
Understanding that you put so much in, but hasn't, like I said, hasn't converted to Premier League status. Next one, favorite manager that you've played with or that you played for? John Still, yeah. What was about him that made you feel like, yeah, I like this guy?
He just got me, and he just understood. Like when I first went daggers, he just understood where I'm coming from, the environment I'm coming from, and he managed it. You know, he didn't see it as, because like I said, I'm not a bad guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not a bad guy. I grew up in a rough area, but I always knew I'm not a bad guy. And I think he saw that, regardless of where I was from, regardless of what they think is an attitude problem, you know, regardless of all of that, he just got me. And it was long. Like I was on trial for time, though. That was the only thing that jarred me. Like I was on trial for time, bro.
Yeah.
Like, but when I did sign, it was like
that relief.
And he's almost like my father figure in football. Like I'll still call him till today, and I need advice and whatnot. You know, he gave me my debut in League One from nothing. Like he didn't have to do that. Like, he had 2 left backs. Like literally, he signed 2 left backs. I signed from Troll, and then he's given me my debut in League. He didn't have to do that. And from then we just built a crazy relationship, and he's always been that father figure in football for me. So definitely.
So no, big up John Still as well. I see him now and again as well, to be fair. Last one then. When it's all said and done, what do you want your legacy to be? What do you want people to remember Femi as?
How do I want them to remember me? I want them to remember me for the people I've touched in a positive way. The people I've served, you know, the people I've inspired. That's how I want to be remembered, you know. For me, that's the most important thing. As long as, like, even like players that's kicked on and gone and played Champion, and then they message me saying, "Oh, thanks, you helped me massive." That's where I get a kick out of, like, just helping people become their best version or fulfill their potential and whatnot. So when it's all said and done, that's how I want to be remembered.
Powerful, man.
Yeah.
Powerful, bro. Yeah. People, I don't know if you can hear some banging, but right now there's construction going in the next building. But bro, I think that's a good way to kind of end it there, man. I think we covered most things. I'm sure there's a lot more that we can cover and unravel. Again, big up what you're doing to you and the boys. I'm sure the ceiling is high for you guys, and especially for yourself, and entering new ventures and, you know, exciting times. So man, I'm excited to see the journey from afar, and hopefully we can do this again in a different capacity. And man, we'll see where we are in a year's time, 6 months, in a month's time. So looking forward to it. People, if you like the conversation, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, share it to people that you feel like, you know, will benefit from it. Definitely, I got a lot out of this myself personally. Make sure to check out Baller Talk as well on YouTube. You want to plug in your stuff, your Instagram? No.
I'm not about all that.
Man just looked at me and was like, bro,
if you want to follow me or whatever, that's cool, but I'm not plugging my thing.
You know, I'm trying to big up my man's stuff as well. I'm like, yeah, bro, plug your titties out. Nah. But do you know what? It gets like that. Do you know what? I'm not really like, I don't use my Instagram like that. It's more so about promoting just the positive stuff that's happening. But my personal stuff, I gotta keep something to myself. Do you know what I mean? Just sharing everything to everyone. But regardless, we're gonna put Femi's Instagram in the bottom here. If you need to hit him up. But check him out on Ball and Talk. My bro, I appreciate you coming down, and I wish you all the best, my bro, man.
Always, my guy.
All the best, man.
Man. That was proper, man.
Nah, you enjoyed it, yeah?
Yeah, it was good conversation, man.
Bro, man.
Thought-provoking questions, everything, man. That's what I'm about, you know what I mean?